The Minneapolis police chief has stepped down from her position. This is Police Chief Janeé Harteau, and this is in response to the shooting of an Australian woman who called the authorities to report a possible sexual assault in the alleyway near her home. Now, this story broke last weekend, and again, there are very few details about why this shooting took place, but when the woman approached the police car, she was shot by the cop sitting in the passenger side, and keep in mind that she was talking to the cop on the driver's side. So he shot past the driver and unfortunately shot and killed the woman who had called them for help. And so it's a unique case considering the fact that the police chief has decided to step down, but apparently Minneapolis Mayor Betsy Hodges had asked her to do so and she agreed. Here is a comment from the police chief, a statement that she released. The recent incidents do not reflect the training and procedures we've developed as a department. Despite the Minneapolis Police Department's many accomplishments under my leadership over these years and my love for the city, I have to put the communities we serve first. I've decided I am willing to step aside and let a fresh set of leadership eyes see what more can be done for the Minneapolis Police Department to be the very best it can be.
Yeah, so the the dashboard cam didn't work, none of the body cams worked.
They weren't on.
Or they didn't work or something, but we don't have them.
We almost don't need them for this one. Right?
Well,
to connect these dots, I mean, my God, it's.
Well, I mean, it depends on who you're talking about. You're talking about a jury, or you're talking about like the DA, because or the public, because again, the cop's defense will be, it was dark, I felt threatened. She came to the car, they'll say quickly, and if you can convince one person on a jury that you felt threatened, you're going to get off.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, that's a great question. I meant for the truth of this situation. This is unconscionable, and to the point that a police chief leaves in shame. I mean, that's really what's going on here.
That never happens.
Yeah, well,
that never happens. Let's just keep that.
JR, you want to jump in on why that might be happening in this case and not in other?
And by the way, I'm not saying that she shouldn't step down.
There's a white person who was killed.
That's what others are saying.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what you're hearing?
So no matter what, when the person who, even if we could say that there would be outrage among some, and justified outrage no matter what, in a case where the person who made the call to the police and was unarmed was killed by the police, hard to spin that in a positive way. But we talked about this when the verdict came back earlier in Minneapolis, right? The shooting, the last shooting in Minneapolis, where the verdict came back. Help me out.
Oh, Philando Castile.
Philando Castile. When the Philando Castile verdict came back, and it was despite the aftermath of the shooting, and really very little disagreement on the facts of the case. But he reached for something, granted he was told to reach for something, right? But all the cop had to say was essentially, I felt threatened.
Right.
So I think we may well get a conviction here, but in general, until the law is changed, until you have to do better than feeling threatened, we're still gonna get a lot of acquittals and a lot of choices not to prosecute, because the standard is so low for a cop to feel threatened. And I'm sure this cop felt threatened at the time. The question should be for all of us as a society, okay, you felt threatened. That's not enough.
So that defense is already in play.
Of course, yeah. If I were his lawyer, that's the defense I would use. It's the defense you have to use.
That he was, it was dark and it was 11:30 at night, and that she approached and he didn't expect it and he felt startled.
Right, and there had been the ambush of the officer in New York, and they thought, he'll say, I thought it might get ambushed. And you're gonna have a tough time finding 12 jurors who are gonna disbelieve that. In this case, the racial circumstances work against the cop because the victim was white and the cop was a Somali immigrant.
Yeah, because our society's already taught us who you're afraid of. That's why we did Michelle Bachmann yesterday.
Right, Michelle Bachmann said that
7 to 10 dog whistles about how scary the hijab wearing mayor, the affirmative action hire, there's dog whistles you use, and those are scary people.
Yep.
The 40-year-old Western Australian, she called her Western woman, an Australian woman.
Beautiful.
Those are,
yes.
all those are someone who you're not afraid of. So
Michelle Bachmann did not support the police here.
No.
No, she didn't, and that's the reason why we talked about it. She said, and she also just straight up speculated that he shot her because she was in her pajamas and he was having a cultural seizure.
Yeah, it was worse than not supporting the police. It was, they were the loudest dog whistles I'd ever heard from a public official.
Yeah, and understand,
she's a cultural seizure?
She
made a thing up,
yeah,
even for it. Wow.
Anyway, so yes, the police chief has stepped down, and this case is being taken seriously, as it should. But every case involving an unarmed person being shot and killed should be taken seriously.
TYT membership gets you commercial-free Young Turks. Download it, stream it, podcast it, get all the network shows, and support independent media. TYTnetwork.com/join.